Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with a new topic, the River Valley Civilizations, Egyptian Civilization. So in this chapter, we will discuss about the Egyptian civilization. As you all know that in the previous chapter, we have discussed about the Mesopotamian civilization. What exactly civilization means? Civilization means when a man learned how to read and write, when he began to use his knowledge to improve his life. Actually, when he started taking part in leisure activities. Thus, we can say that when man looks for more than just fulfillment of his basic needs, that stage is known as the stage of civilization. Is it clear, children? That when a man, apart from the daily activities, needs some time for the leisure activities, then he learn how to be civilized. So in this chapter, we will discuss the various topics like the extent of the civilization, means how long does it exist, then the sources of the civilization, right, from where we get the detail about the civilization, then regarding the kingdoms of the Egyptian civilization, then the society, contribution of the Egyptians, and the decline of this particular civilization. So let's start with the beginning. People along Africa's Nile River formed a rich and prosperous civilization. The most remarkable quality of the Egyptian civilization was its longevity. It means this civilization goes for a long period of time, right? It lasted for more than 2000 years and left a lasting influence on the world. Means it creates a very important effect on the people, on the society. Now, where it is located? Egypt is located in the northeastern part of Africa. The Egyptian civilization is one of the oldest river valley civilization. Means, children, that it is the oldest civilization. Again, it's better to recall that in this civilization, the man learns too many leisure activities, right? It flourished on the banks of river Nile. Actually, you all have heard that Egypt is called as the gift of Nile. Why is it so? We will discuss in this civilization. It flourished on the banks of the river Nile, which flows along the entire length of Egypt. Without the river Nile, Egypt would have been a desert. There is hardly any rainfall in Egypt. Egypt is therefore called the gift of Nile, because if it does not have river Nile, then it will convert as a big desert, and you all know that life is very difficult in the desert. Now come to the sources. Historians have based their knowledge of ancient Egyptian civilization on the inscriptions and official documents that they have discovered. Do you remember, children, what are inscriptions? That the details that we get to know in the very first chapter, Introduction to Indian History, we all have discussed about these inscriptions. We all have discussed. Do you all remember? Right? So these documents are preserved even today because we got the detail of this civilization from the inscriptions and the official documents that were discovered, right? That were discovered by our people. Archaeological excavations have brought to light several objects, for example, utensils, art objects, building, etc. Do you all remember the artifacts that we discussed in the first chapter? From those artifacts, we got to know about the detail of Egyptian Valley civilization. Is that clear, children? If you have any doubt, you can post your doubt on the portal, right? Now, let's come to the kingdoms. Egyptian history is divided into three periods. The Old Kingdom, 3000 BCE to 2000 BCE. This is known as the period of pyramids, right? So the Egyptian Valley civilization basically is divided into three parts: the Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom, and the New Kingdom. So this is also the Old Kingdom is also known as the period of the pyramids. Now, the Middle Kingdom that exceeds from 2000 BCE to 1750 means 1750 BCE. During this time, trade expanded. Its end came about with the invasion of Hyksos, who conquered the Egyptians. So this Middle Kingdom, during this time, the trade expands in this civilization. But after the Egyptians were conquered with the invasion of Hyksos, what happened? It comes to the decline. Now the new kingdom arises, that is known as the New Kingdom. It extends from 1580 BCE to 1085 BCE. This period lasted for about 5 centuries after the Egyptian kings regained their lost territory. So what happened during the age of this new kingdom? The Egyptian kings, they regained means they won their old territories. This period saw great heights and the grandeur of the Egyptian kings reached its peak. So at this point of time, the old kings, they just won their lost battles. They won their lost fields, right? So it is considered as the most important period during the Egyptian Valley civilization. Now, for your knowledge, one paragraph is given here. Greek historian Herodotus named Egypt the gift of the Nile. The river Nile flooded annually. When the water receded, it left behind a rich deposit of fertile alluvial soil on its bank, which was a boon, means which helps a lot to the people of the Egyptian Valley civilization. That is why this Egypt is known as the gift of the river Nile. The Egyptians built an elaborate networks of canals, dams, dikes, and reservoirs for irrigation. The river Nile also served as a highway for promoting trade and commerce. So, as you all know that in the olden days, mostly the people use sea routes, right? So, this river Nile, it serves a great highway for promoting trade and commerce. Means in this, because we all have discussed that during the Middle Kingdom of the Egyptian society, what happened? The trade expanded. So, this river Nile helps a lot for their trade practices. Now comes the society. There were 3 distinct classes in the Egyptian society. As above the top of the most is the king. The king had unlimited powers and was the political and religious head of his people. He was called the pharaoh, means king has the ultimate power and is also known as pharaoh. He is the religious head as well as the political head of the Egyptian societies. He was considered to be God's representative on earth and his statues were installed in the temple. So during the Egyptian Valley civilization, what happened? The king is also considered as God and his statues were installed in the temples in the city. The people worshipped him as a god. The other privileged classes were the higher clergy, the rich landowners, and the government officials. So in this, the first class that belongs to the society is the king and the people, other privileged classes. The people of the other privileged classes like the rich landowners and the government officials, means those who have power in the society. Is that clear? Now comes the second group. The rich people lived in luxury. They lived in palatial houses which were decorated beautifully. They led a comfortable life and got all their work done by their servants. Precious jewelry and costly clothes were worn by them. So, in the first high class society, what happened? The people lived in luxury with all the comfort in their life, right? So their houses are beautifully decorated, right? And they wear precious jewelry and costly clothes. Now comes to the second group. The middle class included the rich merchants, traders, skilled artisans, jewelers, etc. Teachers, doctors, and writers were also included in this class. So in the middle class, what happened? The rich merchants are there, the traders are there, the craftsmen, skilled jewelers, and the teachers, writers, they all are included in this middle class society. The majority of Egyptians belong to the lowest class, comprising peasants. At the lowest rung of the social ladder came the slaves, a majority of whom were prisoners of war. So the lowest class is basically belongs to the peasants, that were the slaves during the prisoners, right? They are the prisoners of wars, not so they were the prisoners of war. Again, I'm repeating, at the lowest rung of the social ladder came the slaves, a majority of whom were prisoners of war. Women were given respect. Though the family was patriarchal, it was made sure that their rights were protected. Rich women led a luxurious life, but women of poor families worked hard. The common people led a difficult life. They had to work for the rich for their survival and had to live in small houses. So during the Egyptian civilization, women were given proper respect, and those who belong to a rich society, rich houses, they lead a luxurious life. Maids were there, the servants were there, those who assist them, right? The common people, it is very difficult for the common people to lead a life in the society because they had to work for the rich people for their survival, and they live in a small houses. Now for this class, we have discussed the location, the sources, the kingdoms, right? So in the other video, we will discuss about the occupations, the family life, and the other features of Egyptian Valley civilization. Thank you.